はい、テスです。どうも皆様ごきげんよう、和義でございます。本日もですね、スティールライジングやっていきたいと思います。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。本日はですね、メインクエストではなくて、メインクエストの方がですね、なんて言うんだろう、もうここから先に行ったら戻れなくなるよみたいな、ポイントにね、到達をしたようですので、それをね、それ進んじゃうと元に戻れなくなっちゃうんで、そうならないように、サブクエをねちょっとねサクッと全部終わらしちゃいたいなと思っております。この辺りですね。はいはい。なんでどれだ今日は。よ捨て人じゃないんだな。どこに行けばいいかな。リュクサンブールとか、ここはダメか。じゃあとりあえずリュクサンブールのレイモンドさんにね、報告をしに行こうかなと思います。リュクサンブールのレイモンドってどれのことなんでしょうね。ああ、これか。枯れ木の調査ってやつですね。はい。装備はこうしてバランスをね上げときたいんですよ。密輸に違う、これじゃない。カドリーユの三角棒、これでいきましょう。そうしたら、リュクサンブールに移動します。でこれ使ってレイモンド氏にね報告をしましょう。あ、レイモンドってこの人か。
Monsieur Raymond.
Go on, Aegis.
I went to the Hotel de Massiac as agreed. What I discovered goes beyond your darkest conjectures. The club's members have no intention of merely depriving their slaves of rest. Rather, with the king's support, they plan to replace them with automat harvesters. The Count of Cagliostro is behind the plan.
Ma foi. But such a plan would certainly only improve the lot of these unfortunate people.
You are mistaken, mon père. If the planters get their way, they will have a greater need of slaves than ever. Only this time, they intend to slaughter them to power their machines.
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
4 days ago, the Paris Guard captured 100 black people. They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment to test the effectiveness of the automat harvesters. Luckily, I was able to prevent the massacre.
なんとも恐ろしい実験をねやっておられますけど。
I don't know where it is, but I managed to get the key. It bears the inscription, Tour du Diable.
The Devil's Tower is a prison in Vincennes, within the chateau walls.
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free the prisoners once we're able to move freely ourselves.
At least they were spared the fate that the king and his accomplices had planned for them.
And what will you do with the 2 servants you employ, Monsieur Raymond?
I will continue to treat them well, as I always have.
However, under the laws you insist on following, they will become slaves again the moment they leave the kingdom for Saint-Domingue.
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. What kind of a man would I be if what I have heard had not opened my eyes? The planters of Massiac have been proven to be nothing but avaricious murderers. I thought I was dealing with opposition, but now I discover them to be vile enemies. from whom it would be vain to expect any compromise. From this day on, I will fight against their interests with all my strength, and will not lay down my arms until the last slave in the Empire has been freed.
Rest assured, then, that the people will fight by your side, Monsieur Raymond.
That's the spirit, my friends. Vive l'égalité.
I have just come from the Tuileries. The Armoire de Fer has been ransacked.
Diable. Someone beat us to it. This is very unfortunate. God only knows what we would have found there.
Whoever it was had to fight for it. I found a body there, killed by automats.
Mon Dieu. How dreadful.
Dreadful indeed. Especially since I discovered this in the victim's hand.
And what is that, pray tell?
A dueling pistol. With your name engraved on its plate.
Oh, May we? You're right. It is my pistol. It was stolen along with a number of other things. It happened just before the Estates General at my lodgings in Versailles. But how on earth did my weapon end up in the hands of this poor soul?
I am certain we will find an
めっ
explanation.
ちゃとぼけとるじゃん
You
このおっ
appear
さ
to
ん。
have burnt these papers in a hurry. I'm eager to hear your explanation.
It's nothing at all, I assure you. Frivolous letters that were cluttering my desk.
ああ、どっちがいいかな。脅すか。脅してみるか。
You're lying. You will tell me the truth. Willingly or by force.
いいね
Just。how do you intend to force me? Do you think I fear you? I, who had the courage to defy 8 centuries of monarchy and the Estates General?
マス
Do
ラオ
as。you please. But you won't get anything more from me.
あれ失敗したか。
Whether willingly or by force, you will tell me the truth.
You're wasting your time. I repeat, your threats do not frighten me.
あら。ダメか。選択肢ミスっちゃった？まあしょうがない。バルサモの工房を。向こう側か。あらやだ。痛い痛い痛い。ああ。なんということでしょう。あれなんでこっちの武器にしたんだっけ。これでいいや。でバルサモさんあっち。あ、こっからか。ジャンプ。おいえ。はい。あれ。あ、やべ。下の方なんだ。で置いてあれなんかここ一回来たことあるけど、アテナイスが捕まってたところか。はいはいはいはい。 で開けれなかった、開けれなかったところだ。開いた。あれ、これ誰が入ってる？空っぽだ。伯爵閣下へ敬具類より。
This notebook appears to be very old. I should show
修
it to
道
the
院
Clicky.
長。
Balsamo. So that is the name that the Comte de Cagliostro uses to conduct his business discreetly.
ここは鍵爪、千傷の鍵爪。武器あった。絶え間なく千傷、戦傷なのかな。連打することができる。どういうこと？おおお、サイコクラッシャーだ。サイコクラッシャー、すごいスタミナ使うな。ちょっと面白い武器だけども、普段使いにはちょっと無理そうかな。あー、どうも。でこちらを解錠すると、これで自由に行き来ができるようになんか隠れてる。上には行けないのかね。ああ、こっから登っていけそうか。こっちは、ここは何もない。じゃあ上を見て、あとは教会の方に、書類を持ってね。お、なんかひときわ輝いてるけど、警視総監宛ての手紙。伯爵閣下へ。あ、アイギス。まだ感情を持つ前のアイギスか。絶対この子の魂がこのアイギスに宿ってる気がしてるんだけど。
Rosette, you're so beautiful. You'll stay with me always, n'est-ce pas? Without you, mon ami, I'd be all alone. This box is covered in astronomical symbols. It's no use. I can't get it open. I should show justice to your baby.
豚を使った実験もしていた。あー、人間だけじゃなくて、この例えばこの犬とかだと本当にリアルの犬とか、なんて言うんだろう、人型じゃないオートマタはそういうこうね、生き物の魂的なものを使って作られてたのかな。よし、とりあえずモンマルトルでしょ。バスティーユ。とりあえずじゃあ馬車の方に行きましょうか。やだやだ。登れるか。オッケー。お、崩れてる。こうかな。おい、空中でも当ててくるのね。で、こう通ってよいしょ。でまたリュクサンブールか。ただいまみんな。どのおじさんだ。バイさん。ちょっとこれを見てほしい。
I found this box with astronomical symbols on it. I believe it belongs to Vokonson's daughter.
Atanias' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift to her on her 15th birthday.
I wasn't able to open it.
Naturellement. Atanias and I are the only ones who know how. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Atanias' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Atanias is always wearing this. It contains a portrait of her late mother. She said it was her most cherished possession in all the world. To think, the poor child never knew her own mother.
でもアテナイスは黒人だよね。お父さん白人でお母さんも白人じゃなかった。
You monster! What did you do to her?
これよ。
Good God. Ludia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. At a nice de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athénaïs. It is her spirit that animates you.
おー、やっぱり
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athénaïs as soon as possible.
でもアテ
She's
ナイ
right
ス
in front of you. I am Athénaïs.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athénaïs, Ludia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athénaïs' body?
God only knows. Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive, this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
いいえ、今この手紙を秘密裏に、そして大急ぎで書いている。この手紙を君へ送る伝書機に、神のご加護があらんこと。私は囚人の身となり待ち受けている運命は明らかになった。バスティーユへと移送され、最後の秘密を吐かされる。アテナイスは運よく逃げ出すことができたが、連中は捕まえようと躍起になっていることだろう。もし可能ならアテナイスを助け出してやってくれ。万一捕まえられてしまっていたら、脅迫の材料として使われてしまう。だが私は決して口を割ることはない。たとえこの命を投げ出すことになろうと。さらばだ。君の友、ウジェーヌより。なるほど。でもアテナイス探すのはいいけど、アテナイス探したらこのエイス動かなくなっちゃうね。大丈夫？
Can I help you, Aegis?
Can I help you?
I found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Medieval Latin, to be precise. Oh, hold on. Bon sang. Aegis, what a find.
マジで？
This handwriting. I would recognize it anywhere.
何？
It's in Nicholas Flamel's own hand. Give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able to glean from it.
わかりました。
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
早いな。
Yes, Aegis. And what I learned from it puzzles me.
その内容で混
In
乱
his
してきました
diary,
よ。
Flamel tells of 3 journeys. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. A strange world filled with wandering souls. Tormented spirits that are unable to ascend to heaven.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victims were trapped until I freed them.
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. Flamel planned to return there a 4th time. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st of March 1418. That was the day before he died, Aegis. What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? What if he were trapped, a prisoner in this purgatory? Aegis, because of your unique nature, we have an incredible opportunity.
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it too. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory,
ほう。
where Cagliostro entraps the souls of his
そして
victims.
Hold on. Are you trying to convince me to go and find Nicholas Flamel?
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone. Surely you
いや
won't pass it up.
ー
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory, do I even have a chance of finding him there?
Certainly. According to this journal, the soul flies to the zenith of the
魂は
place
個
where
人
it
の
left
肉
the
体から
body of
解
the
き放た
deceased.
れる
Or
と
that of
天
the
を目指
pilgrim
すと。
in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the house where he drew his dying breath.
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency, in the quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église Saint-Jacques.
And how do you plan to free my spirit from this automat?
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your machinery.
Yeah.
For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, ma chère. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or electric currents, or something or other. Therein lies the problem. This is far beyond my comprehension. But it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier could shed some light on the matter.
Goodbye, mon père.
Goodbye, mon père.
Monsieur Bailly, do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
A most unusual thought. What do you have in mind, Aegis?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able to visit purgatory.
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle that imbues you with life, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking an unacceptable risk. Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Ludia and Aegis.
Bon sang, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory, but earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, before setting off for the convent, I found looters making off with its contents.
Blasted scavengers. Their kind are always quick to make the most of chaos.
I chased them to the quays, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided it was best not to follow them.
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down.
なんかどんどんサブクエが増えていってるような気がするんだけど、大丈夫？いや、そうでもないな。そしたら、どこに行けばいいんだ？シテ島？違うね。テュイルリーか、テュイルリーに行こうか。ああ、下ですね。ドブネズミどもがね。よっ。エリアが変わると追っかけてこない。 その辺は良心的というかおはいはい。で、開いてない。回っていくのね。よいしょ。わ、どうしたどうした。誰誰が喋ってる。右から聞こえる。
With what we've managed to gather, we'll be set for a long time.
何言ってたか全然わかんなかったな。どうもー。わあ、ラッパー。おい。あ、しまった。上か。だ。一発で凍るの。これほらわあ防御が低すぎてよかった回復。下に降りる。どっちが順路かな。上にもう行け。ここ一回開けとこう。よいしょ。うん。もうちょっと戻って下に行ってみますか。あ、おおね。もうただの爆弾。 これだけかな。これだけのようですね。じゃあ戻りましょう。いやでもこれ追加コンテンツがなんかそのうち出るってストアのページに書いてあったけど、うわいっぱいできた。一匹ずつお願いします。あ、ここまでは来れない。じゃあ雷爆弾をくらえ。ほらほらよしやろうか。痛い痛い痛い痛い。おっ届くのね。はい、あれおかしい。オープン。何が手に入る？キャリッジ金貨。キャリッジ効果か。馬車にヒュッと戻れるアイテムですね。で
Ludius blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
でここで効果を使ってすごい速さで戻ってくるな。書簡ベイ。それを反転させ休止時間を設定すれば魂だけをその機械から切り離すことができる。だがしかし私たちの補助なしでそれを実現するためには折を見て取り外しができるピンをその体に付け加えなくてはならない。できるだけ早く戻ってきてくれと。はい。じゃあ一回戻りますか。体にピンをつけてもらいに帰ってきたよ。ベイさんお願いします。
Monsieur Bailly, here are the blueprints you asked for.
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end.
Oh, the poor souls. Their crimes did not deserve such a permanent ending.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B-wheel, and its axis is on the shaft that's visible at this point.
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the conical bearing and the small groove here. See?
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these two
ちょっ
plates
と
to
おじさん
disable
方
the
何言ってるか
entire
全然わかんない
And
な。
to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me. I have to do it alone. Half a league away.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another solution.
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking us to do the impossible.
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
まあそらそうだ
Hold
わ
on, my
ね。
dear Antoine. Is this device in Figure 4? Is it still in place?
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang.
次元
It's a
装置。
timer. It's primitive, true, but fully functional.
The dial has marks from 1 to 15, probably minutes.
It was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could instead turn it into a period of inactivity.
15分の間に、最大15分の間に何かして帰ってこなきゃいけないの
Will
か。
Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the time is right. Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble finding something that will do. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will come back to life. However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, I admit that we can't be sure of this. What do you say,
ま
mon
あ
père?
そらわからん
Don't
わ
be
ね。
afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong from the beginning, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then, shall we start the preparations?
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before
Right.
your spirit returns to your
15
body.
分ね。
We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate.
ああ、
Our
キ
prayers
ー
are
をい
with
ただい
you,
て。
my child.
昨日なんか移動したところに1個鍵がかかってて移動ができないところがあったから、多分そこだろう。レベルアップできるかな。2万ほど。ああ、ちょっと足りない。そしたら指定塔に行きましょう。リアル15分のカウントが入るのかな。どうなんだろうな。これつけて、よし、墓に行こう。すごい今更なんだけど、これをこれを使用すると走り続けられるんじゃないか。あ、やっぱそうだよね。今頃気づいちゃったわ。30秒間ダッシュし放題と。しかとセーブポイントでは一応ちょっとセーブポイントして、であそこの扉が多分閉じられているはずなので、あの敵をやろう。ちょっと強いから無視していきたい。こっちだった。開けます。よし。あれ、おお、ちょっと邪魔だ。よいしょ。 59メートル。上ではなさそう。はいはい。コンパスあと3。そこの家か。ここだ。これだ。これ昨日来たわ。なんか謎の家。普通に入れたよ。おお。
Monsieur.
Zoos! Praise be to the Holy Mother of our Lord, at last thou speakest! Gentle dame, you have erred here for so long, not a word uttered. In singular contemplation of such terrible slaughter.
A long time, you say? That's not possible, sir. I've just now appeared to you.
Nay, thou must trust me. And thou art hardly alone in this limbo. There were many travelers, stiff and silent, all in agony, all bound to the anchor stone.
What travelers do you speak of?
The first to arrive was a sobbing child, searching for his mother. After him, many a damned soul carrying their own heads in hand. Then, those whose thoughts passed through me. A minister of God tormented by doubt.
Hold on. A minister of God? Monseigneur de la Fare?
A scholar with soul star-filled, and a learned master.
Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier.
はいはいはい。
A usurer who shed so many tears for his lady.
Monsieur Necker, mourning his wife.
教会にいたおじさんたちだね。
Bound to the anchor stone. Wretched souls, their ascension to the heavens repelled.
重い石っていうのは多分なんかよくわかんない
The philosopher's stone.
棺のことなんだね。多分。
Vile knave who took it for his own lately. No count is he but that of trespass and perfidy.
Cagliostro.
Well met. The rope for this varlet and I shall be avenged. The anchor stone keeps the travelers in this limbo and makes them masters of the Iron Titans. From the defunct springs the fire that burns inside these demons. Lanterns of the dead. Witchcraft of the
死者のランタン。
The terrible slaughter. You say I was just observing the massacres?
Aye. Vile, innumerable crimes. The devil's own accursed titans and their restless horde. They drinketh from the lake where the souls of the dead sleep. Men and women offered in sacrifice to feed the pyre. Then the terrible maw was opened, and in flowed legion of the dead. Ne'er hast I seen such and so many here during all my stay.
どうした
So is verily mine dark confine. Lonely, so lonely that mine vessel is no more, and my soul still cloistered in this place. Alack, I do despair of ever ascending to heaven. Gentle day, my
我の石を砕いてくれ。
prime stone.
You want me to break the stone that contains your soul? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Aye, my God. I beg thee.
Do you know where this stone is? You've been buried for more than 3 centuries, monsieur.
The precious jewel, sublime treasure, was inscribed in my legacy, my
崇
my
高
testament.
な財産。
On my tomb engraved, gentle day, on the tomb.
我の墓に。墓ってどこ？さっきの墓地のこと？それともこの部屋自体が彼の墓石になってる
What
と
a
か？
strange encounter. I must tell Abbe
あ
Grégoire
あ、
about it
修道院に
immediately.
帰りなさいと。はい、わかりました。じゃあ、キャリッジ効果を使いますか。リュクサンブー。ゲイか。
Can I help you,
ただいま。
Aegis?
The plan worked as we had hoped. My spirit left my body and I traveled to the in-between.
This is extraordinary. It confirms all my theories.
You were right about the rest, too. Nicholas Flamel's soul had never left the in-between.
Mon Dieu, 4 centuries. What a fearsome fate. Were you able to speak with this unfortunate soul?
Yes, mon père. He claimed that I had been in purgatory for a long time, but had never spoken until then.
Please, go on.
He said he had met other visitors. Based on his descriptions, he was speaking of Monseigneur de la Fare, Minister Necker, Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier. They all seemed unaware of his presence. All bound to the Anchor Stone. Those were his words.
All those whom Cagliostro turned into his homicidal playthings. Yes, it is just as I thought. The subject has the impression of being the automat it is bound to, but his soul remains in the in-between world.
Mon père, Monsieur Flamel begged me to free him from purgatory. He has suffered for too long.
How can we help him?
If he is to be believed, we would simply have to break his stone.
Of course, the Philosopher's Stone. The anchor stone that keeps him in the in-between. But where could it be after all this time?
Look at this, mon père. These are Philosopher's Stones made by Cagliostro's hand. Do they look familiar?
Heavens, they do. Aegis. The ancient chalice of Saint-Jacques is adorned with a similar stone. It was entrusted to me by the parish priests, along with some other relics. I stored it in a reliquary chest in this very room. Here's the key. Go. Let us not waste a second more.
Goodbye, mon père.
Goodbye, mon père. いいの？生異物についてる石ぶっ壊しちゃっていいの？おお、かなり大きめ。
Here it is.
4 centuries, Aegis. 4 centuries. No mind can begin to comprehend what this poor man has suffered.
Is this the fate that awaits us? An eternity of silence and solitude?
Purgatory is just a stop on the journey, Monseigneur.
Oh, I would give anything to believe it again.
Monsieur Flamel, The time has come to set you free.
おう。
Seigneur, Dieu nous garde.
Oh, blessed maid who has broken my chains! Heavenly light! Oh, heavenly light! I shall become one with it!
Et cum hae dixis et videntibus illis elevatus est.
どういう意味があるんで
And
しょう
when
か。
he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Hallelujah! Purgatory is not the end. Do you know what that means, Abbot?
Before I say anything, I would like to take the time to consider the phenomenon we have just witnessed with a clear head.
You are mistaken. What we have just seen and heard makes us new apostles. From this day on, I will live only to share the good news of this divine manifestation.
That is all well and good, Monseigneur. Alas, I will not be able to join your apostolate, for there is no mission more vital than the one we are undertaking. At a moment when the tyrant aims to annihilate his subjects, I have a duty to put deeds before prayer.
グレゴワールの方が冷静だな。お、2500も今もらえた。そしたら、マラーと話しに行けばいいのかな。バスティーユへと向かった。バスティーユってどこ？とりあえずモンマルトルに行こう。マラーが待っている。お、そろそろそろそろアップグレードが来たね。俊敏、活力。俊敏。うん、ショップに売ってるものは別にまあいいか。で、よし、行きましょう。モンマルトルへ。マレー氏はこの下に、ああそういうことね。はいはいはい、分かったよ。この中央のエレベーターから、うわ、あ、違う違う、エレベーター呼んで、怖っ。いやあ、こうちょっと行くとターゲットが切れる。よいしょ。下。マレーおる？
Are you making progress,
マ
madame?
レーじゃなくてマラーだった。
I'm working on it. Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story. I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Indeed. I went there.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre. The only survivor, it seems. Despite his serious injuries, he was particularly talkative.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king's pay. That the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over to the Ottomans.
What evidence did your guest have?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating in the camp shortly before the Royal Army attacked. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge pouches. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize each other. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis. Vous ne croyez pas?
These are suspicions. Nothing more.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof of this conspiracy. Then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good. The would-be dictator's plans would be foiled.
I must get to the bottom of this urgently.
Very well. I encourage you to do so. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted alone. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into the members of his staff. Start in Place Dauphine, where those brigands sullied the ground with their boots.
Monsieur Marat, did you take part in an operation that aimed to kidnap the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte?
Me take part in an operation? Nonsense. My only weapon is my pen, and I have sharpened it, believe you me. That said, we did receive some information concerning the children. Unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy. If such an operation did indeed take place, Monsieur de Leclos would have been the one behind it. Alas, I fear that he is no longer of this world. There is little doubt that he and his men fell in the galleries.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat.
I've made a lot of that in my publications. I have always denounced these vampires who cheat the weak, and chief among them, that crook not content. It seems.
Who are your
patriots who come and go in the. Alas, there are few left. My hours are numbered.
Members and supporters of the Third Estate.
Would you be so kind as.
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre.
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who skillfully dons every color of the
Marquis de Lafayette.
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of. With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who is Mr.
A brilliant writer, but is also an to his great misfortune.
こんなもんか。シテ島に行ってドフィーの広場を探索する。あれどうだっけ、こっちか。上へ参ります。今だ。して島へ移動。さあそっ たら左側ね。左じゃなかった、右だ。わー、逃げろー。ドフィン、確かここ行ってで、よいしょ、ここの開いた、あそこに開いてない、開けれない鍵がかかった宝箱が確かあった気がする。お、なんだこれ。これ開けれない、まだ開けれないのか。
Yellow cartridges. A conspirator's secret sign. There was most certainly a conspiracy. There's no doubt about that. But those involved shared the same fate as the rest of them. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine.
他に手がかりはこれ？
Not even the commanding officer was spared. Lafayette didn't hand over his army to the king. This must certainly
この鍵を使って
I should keep looking around Place Dauphine.
ここを開けるんじゃないかい？やっぱそうだわ。
A headquarters at the Pont au Change. By all appearances, it's not official. Most likely an underground hiding place that can be entered from the riverbank.
予定通り黒人の友
If he
会。
and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis des Noirs, he must have gone towards the Châtelet. It would have been a desperate move for certain. I doubt any of them survived the retreat. But now that I think about it, the padlocked door near the Pont au Change, could that be the entrance?
はあはあはあはあ。暗証番号がわかんないドアね。でもどうやって開けるあれ。おお。ぐるっと回っていかないとダメか。よいしょーん。ああ、こっちだ。危ない危ない。よいしょよいしょ。ああ、こっちか。で、このよいしょ。わ、でもここ結局
There's no point trying to force it. This
まあ
lock
そうだよ
requires
ね。
a 4-letter password. I should follow down the Fevre's footsteps.
タイに教えてもらってからか。
Société des Amis de Noir. They must have gone towards the Châtelet. I doubt they survived their retreat. 来た道を戻りまして、書類取った部屋かな。あれ違うぞ。どこにいる？でも近づいてはいる。地かな？おう、タイ死んどるじゃん。すげえ長い。何これ？槍長っ。ヨーク。 What does that mean?
ニューヨークのヨークですか？ヨーク。
Good. The lock opened.
ラッカーペン。
The headquarters. This place must be studied carefully. This document bears the signature of the Marquis de Lafayette. So the rumors were true. The Garde Nationale wasn't formed spontaneously. All of this was carefully orchestrated.
この声明書に署名する。この声明書に署名する者は、国王ルイ16世の大位に協力し、長子であるルイ・ジョセフ殿下の艦隊のために尽力すると宣誓する。署名者はこの目標を成就させるためにはあらゆる犠牲を払い、必要ならば命をも投げ出すことを誓約する。また、署名者は役職や階級に従い下記の戦略を遵守することに同意する。王の手によって最初の被害者が出たとき、アンバリットハイ兵員に駐屯するサントンジュ連隊の退役兵たちは国民衛兵を組織し、公的に王の指揮下から離脱する。目撃した民衆や兵士たちの情熱をかき立てられるよう、この大々的な反乱は囚人監視の下で行うこと。これらの新兵たちはパリ市中の兵舎を渡り歩き、他部隊からの支援を取り付ける。民衆に紛れた工作員は人手の多い市場へと入り込み、志願兵募集の呼びかけを行う。ビラやポスター、旗などを用いて愛国者たちを取り込む。市と志願兵たちは帳簿局が設置される予定。クーデターが準備されてたと。マラーの愚行を止めることの重要性を再び強調させていただきたい。 我らアメリカ人民の解放者たるサントンジュ連隊の士官、フランス王国に秩序を取り戻すことができる唯一の人物ラファイエット将軍閣下に忠誠を誓います。ラファイエット万歳。あ、なんかあった。装備品だな。ディスコボルスの戦輪、儀礼用二角帽子。これか。円盤投げ。おう。円盤投げてみよう。どこに飛んでった？飛ぶ速さが見えない。儀礼用。おー、もじゃもじゃのやつ。ほうほう。かっこいいじゃん。高級感があってね、いいんじゃないでしょうか。でも儀礼用なんでね、戦闘には向かないようです。コンパス。修道院へと帰還する。モンマルトルの奥深くに。リュクサンブああ、リュクサンブールに移動しましょう。で、閣下にね。おめえ何してんだと。
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
糾弾する。
Monsieur le Marquis, there is a most unfortunate rumor about you going round.
Oh, just one, is that?
You are accused of having delivered the troops who had gathered in the Place Dauphine over to the king.
Calumny. This is nothing less than vile slander.
Save your breath, General. The rumor is true. I can prove it. There's no point in trying to defend yourself. I know that you raised the National Guard for the sole purpose of taking command of it. There was nothing spontaneous about the uprising.
Do you have any evidence to support your accusations?
I do. I have the manifesto.
Bon sang.
Why resort to this manipulation?
You must understand what I have done. I did for the good of the kingdom. I wanted to stop this massacre while protecting the Queen and the Dauphin. In the name of the people, Aegis. But an actual uprising of the people would have inevitably led to disaster. Only professional soldiers could organize and lead the resistance.
Who were your accomplices?
My brothers in arms, the brave men of the Régiment de Saintonge, veterans of the American War, men who at the Battle of Yorktown brought an empire to its knees. Alas, we gravely underestimated the enemy's forces. We thought we would face an infantry supported by a handful of machines, but an entire army of automats. It was unthinkable.
Some accuse you of harboring a lust for power. The circumstances were to your advantage.
These aspersions are all too familiar to me. But tell me, if I wanted the crown for myself, Why did I not take it when I returned from America? When I had seasoned troops at my command, and the people sang my praises with one voice? No. That makes no sense. Though I readily admit that I do believe I am worthy of fulfilling an important role for the Queen, after her son is crowned. Lieutenant General of the Kingdom, for example. Or even, if circumstance requires, the Regent. Voila. Now you know everything. I haven't left anything out. However, this truth, if it were made public, would play right into my enemy's hands. So I ask you not to reveal anything I've just told you, and to give me the manifesto.
まあいいでしょう。
C'est entendu, General. Here.
Aegis, by doing this, you're not saving my honor. You're saving the future of the entire kingdom. Oh, and one more thing. Can you tell me where I can find my detractor? The one who told you the rumors about me?
I cannot tell you anything, General.
Oh, no matter. I will not let this serpent continue to vilify me. I shall get redress for these aspersions in the end.
Do as you wish, General de Lafayette. General, there is no...
Oh,
you are...
can I? What is it?
教えない。
I cannot tell you.
No matter.
Goodbye.
So たら、メラボー。
Monsieur de Mirabeau. I found a broke. It says Francisca. Do you know who it...
Well, yes. And I'm willing to bet you're looking...
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, because this cave... France Anton Mesmer.
Mesmer, the prince of charlatans.
Good heavens. It's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about Mesmer?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself attended several of his sessions.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and I have the honor to belong. We were asked to investigate his alleged powers.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was published.
But there was something, Sylvain, a tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observations? It was obviously a momentary failure of your equipment.
Perhaps. I'd like to be sure of it.
When and how did Monsieur Mesmer disappear?
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long descent into hell for Monsieur Mesmer. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his research in virtual secrecy. I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science and restore his reputation with the Academy.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what experiments they may have carried out. In any case, their collaboration did not last long. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to his mother country.
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels.
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. Furniture, belongings, and scientific equipment. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited this treasure.
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that broken cane must have passed into the Count's hands.
Yes, it's likely.
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And he has been very busy recently. I've been able to observe him from my apartment, making frequent visits to Rue Saint-Honoré on the Tuileries side. I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called animal magnetism. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over patients and using magnets.
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the last. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he ever cured anyone.
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer's treatment sessions?
Oh, they were quite a spectacle to behold. Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary illnesses. A dimly lit room where incense has been burned to intoxicate the soul and cloud your vision. Amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess to the sound of a sensual melody. And a great mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands, presiding over the wonderful scene. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying, and falling into a swoon, clinging to that strange tub. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure theater.
なるほど。モンマルトルから。
Monsieur Marat.
Madame?
I'm surprised to find you here. Did you follow me?
Didn't you know? The Duke's allies are always impeccably informed. Some even say that we have eyes and ears everywhere.
What do you want from me?
To tell you the truth, I can't wait to hear what you've discovered about the matter at hand. And I was afraid you might leave me in the lurch. You can never be too cautious these days. That's why I decided it would be better for me to come to you.
知らないのがマラー君のためじゃないかい。
Nothing to indicate that the Marquis was involved in a conspiracy.
Come now, what do you mean? You sure you're not leaving anything out?
Why do you assail this man so?
Because I will not permit things to go from bad to worse. I will not allow the patriots who are now fighting our tyrant to suffer yet another oppressor. That's why, in the name of the French people, I ask you one last time, do you have any proof to give me?
No. You must believe me.
Eh bien, if that's true, then there's no hope for us. I must admit defeat. We will have either the King or Lafayette, one despot or another. In either case, my fate is sealed. I will soon join the Duke in exile, and I will abandon my beloved people to their doom. I have no other choice.
Marat君とはこれでお別れか。一回モンマルトルに行ってみますか。どこにからの薬莢からの何かが。ラクローとはどこにいるんだ。 ティール。奥深くに行ってみようか。おっと、こんなところに宝箱が。あ、早く早く早く急げ。壊せない。ラクロウどこにいる？奥深くっていうのは地下でいいのかな？一回この辺を探すか。避難所。いないな。こちらはマラー氏。
Are you making progress, madame?
Yes, I'm working on it. Who is Monsieur de Leclos?
A brilliant writer but is also an experienced military. To his great misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt that he...
トンネルで兵を率いている間に死んじまった。本当に？いや、いないな。ラクロー。お化けでもいいから出てきて。それっぽい生き物の反応がないんだよな。もう一回下に行ってみようかな。 この下には何もないな。戻ってこれないもんな。わっえ、今行けたけどなんかあるってこと？いや、やめとこう。でもいけるんだよな。こう行ってこう行って通ります。あっ、どこか例えばなんか壁の裏とかに隠れて生き残ってないのかな。おかしいな。今日はストリーミングの OBS の方は全然問題ないんだけど、回線かな。 治ったっぽい。どうかな、大丈夫かな。ああ、大丈夫っぽい。だ。人間がいないな。戻ってきちゃった。ここは？これは？ここは何もないの？ないな。違うか。この上は登れません。でもなんかあるんだよな。あわわわわわわ。痛い痛い痛い。いってってってってって。やん。やめてください。痛い。おお。ごめん。こっちか。こっち。あ、なんか落ちてる。これ探してるおじさんの探してるおじさんだね。ちょっとすいません。OBS をちょっとだけ触らせてください。はい、すいません。失礼しました。
was the Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer, who was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic.
Oh. オートマーターになってしまったのか。このおじさんがラクロってわけじゃないんだね。そうしたら おお、ごめんね、寝てるところ起こしちゃってすいません。はい、もう一回寝ててください。あ、でライオンキングをなんだっけ、ボスを昨日倒したボスを倒したところにきっとラクロが寝てるんだね。どうやって言ったっけ、どこで倒したっけ。違う、これ。はい。で、ここで上昇するしか選べない。上昇するじゃないんだよ。ここを伝ってこっち？置いてこれあ、そうっぽい。で、一回ちょっとウエスタに触っておいて、よし。あ、見つかっちゃった。こんにちは。どうも。なんかすごい硬いんだけど、敵がすごい硬いんだけど。ラクロどこだい？あー、ここを探していた。んで、あそこに箱が見える。ここにいるんじゃないの？ラクロ。ラクちゃん。やっぱり。
Look, you're alive.
Platoon. Ready. Fire at will. Senor, we can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets.
The fighting has stopped.
つけ剣はつけの字が違うんじゃない？
The huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops. Where are the troops?
You are the only survivor, Leclerc.
No. We were so close. But those machines... An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them. We were forced to retreat. Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
バスティーユの攻
It was
撃について。
madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated risk. After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastions. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans should have been there. A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. But the king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of automats at the service of a terrible machine.
Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best agents.
Agents?
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, have always worked in the shadows, within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs, amidst the rank and file in the army.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machinations have you discovered?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our rivals. Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's corruption, and many darker secrets.
Such as Lafayette's plot to rescue the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte.
How on earth do you know that?
She seems as well informed as we are.
あれ止まった。マラーの顔アップでもう勝手に話が進んでってんだけど。うん。ただいまマラーの顔がアップになっておりますが、これは配信上の問題ではなくゲーム上の問題です。ああ、治った。
That won't always be the case. But right now I have something urgent I must do. Tell me about this machine that guards the Bastille.
We were prepared to face an enemy, not an executioner. That
Executioner.
thing, half butcher's block, half stocks, was designed
三
to
角
make
様のこと
heads
ですか？
roll.
Who captured you, monsieur?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro
ま
was
た
in
カリオスト
charge.
ロか。
He was the one who ordered me to be shut up in that coffin. Then I was thrown into that awful place where I lost consciousness. After that, everything is a series of blurred visions with a voice that ordered me to kill again and again.
I intend to enter the Bastille and free Monsieur de Vaucanson.
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the machines.
Indeed, it's possible. In that case, if you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path and slaughtered my lieutenants, then don't waste a second. Let's not stay here much longer, Marat. Let's head back to our burrow.
目がすげえ灰色なんだけど。
More than enough, Leclerc. More than enough.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken dreams until this finally comes to an end.
仲良しだね、二人とも。そしたらサブクエスト。このラクロを説得しなければならないは、はいはい、やっぱりね。もう一回戻って話してこいと。めんどくさ。こっちから行くか。いや、コインを使おう。あるものは使わんとね。で、炸裂砲弾。炸裂砲弾取ってから教会にね帰りましょう。 この辺で待ってれば絡まれないかしら。よし、最後。さあ、飲んだくれおじさんよ。
Monsieur Laclos,
Can I help you, madame?
the representatives of the people are asking for your help, monsieur.
Who exactly are you talking about?
The patriots and representatives of the Third Estate who escaped the massacre.
I need names, madame.
Monsieur de Robespierre, Monsieur Lavoisier, the Marquis de Lafayette.
All these men have declared themselves enemies of the cause to which we have sworn allegiance to.
Is there any cause more important than saving the nation?
No, of course not. And what do these so-called defenders of the people want from me?
They believe they have found a way to neutralize the royal automats for good. And to do it, they beg you to give them one of the explosive cannonballs you invented.
Ma foi, if there is a way to stop these death machines, then I have a duty to assist them. But you must understand that I shall remain on my guard. When doing deals with the enemy, you must take precautions for when the game ends.
If that's how you feel, then by all means take steps to ensure your safety.
Let me think. Where are the representatives?
At the Couvent des Cordeliers.
Very well. Here's what we're going to do. I will go to the convent immediately and try to negotiate a truce. As for you, here is the key to a trunk in the next room. It contains a prototype of my cannonball, as well as the patents and pages that explain how to manufacture it. Bring all of this to me at the convent.
Yes, sir.
However, do not give me anything unless I specifically request it. Is that clear?
Perfectly clear, monsieur. I will follow your instructions.
実は勝手に渡すこともできるみたいな。
Are you making progress, madame?
Yes.
どこにあるのかな。オープン。ああ。で、戻ろう。略参謀。さあ、休戦を申し立ててどうなるのでしょうね。よっ。ただいまみんな。
These gentlemen and I have come to an agreement.
That is good news.
We will resolve our differences when the time comes. The matter is settled.
You can count on it, Laclos. But now it is clear that we are fighting the same adversary.
Adversary? You are rather indulgent, Monsieur le Marquis. It seems that you are still fond of him, despite his heinous crimes.
Oh, de grâce.
Truly, the king is no more than a wild beast. And together, in large numbers, we will hunt him down.
Madame, please give the model and the engineering notes to Monsieur de Robespierre. However, you shall hold on to the patents. No one knows what the future may hold.
Let there be peace between you gentlemen, for there is still much work to be done. We believe we now have a way to destroy the lanterns. Without them, the machines will no longer be able to carry out their sinister task. But it is still just a strategy, which needs to be tested. And even a conclusive experiment will not guarantee our success. Where will we find a working cannon?
グレゴワール氏ちょっと鼻詰まってる。
How will we make more cannonballs? Please, I ask each of you to set to work without delay.
特許はあげちゃダメ。特許はあげちゃダメ。
Pour la nation. Pour la nation.
Pour la nation. マラーが言い残した言葉によると、アイニスはタンプル地区へ向かわなければならない。これはメインクエストね。ラファイエット。バスティーユに向かう必要がある。で、
Have you found Monsieur Marat?
Yes.
Did he show you the...
No. But he told me about the tunnels that will take me to the Temple. From there, I can fight my way to the Bastille.
The man is trustworthy. As long... You should leave us.
Were
you present?
Oui, madame. We laid bare before... So he had the people's rep... At least we only positively act.
Goodbye.
誰に渡せばいいの？
Monsieur B. Goodbye.
バイでもない。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
ラブアージェ。火薬について。
Goodbye.
こっちが。ハッカーに渡せばいい？
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening.
I spoke with...
Ah, did you force them to confess?
They admitted to organizing the ambush.
Cursed recreants. Where are they holding their prisoners?
They do not have Charlotte and the Dauphin.
Excuse me?
It is the truth. The king had gotten wind of your plans. Automats from Versailles slaughtered the kidnappers and seized the By now the children will have been reunited with their father.
Mon Dieu. Then it is from the clutches of that. I fear that such an undertaking is doomed to failure, although there is no question.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis. じゃあバスティーユに向かうので、これで一通りサブクエ全部終わった感じか。一応手紙が送れないかだけちょっとねチェックしておきましょう。書簡も大丈夫ですね。よし。はい。ではということでですね、サブクエが一通り終わったようなので、本日はここまでにしたいと思います。ではまた、次回のね、放送の方では、メインクエストの方を進めて多分まあクリアにね、なるんじゃないかなとは思ってるんですけど、かなりね終盤になってるんじゃないかと思いますので、またメインクエスト進めていきたいと思います。それではご視聴ありがとうございました。次回の動画でまたお会いいたしましょう。ここまでお送りしてきたのは和義でした。ではごきげんよう。バイバイ。